Apparel for You has developed a toolkit that will assist you in preparing your artwork for print. The toolkit will aid in checking for unwanted pixels, removing anti-aliasing, and accurate color matching with a digital swatch that corresponds to the printed Gaphy swatch you may have received in the mail. To download the toolkit, I'll go to the Phase 3 email I've received and click on the first link. I'll be brought to this page, which is the Art Information and Resource Center. If you haven't already done so, I recommend bookmarking this page because you will use it a lot. And you can do that by simply right-clicking and selecting Bookmark this page. From here, to get to the Image Software Toolkit, I'll click on this link under Quick Links. And then here, Gaphy Image Software Toolkit zip is the file, and I'll click on that to download it. Ask me if I want to save the file, click OK. I want to save it to my desktop so it's easy to find, and I'll click Save. I'll wait for the download to complete, and I can exit out of here. I'll minimize these windows here. And you can see I now have Gaphy Image Software Toolkit zip file on my desktop. This image or this file may look different than what you've downloaded. It really depends on what kind of zip software you use. But the easiest way to extract the files generally is to right-click and do Extract Files. I now have a Gaphy Image Software Toolkit file that's been extracted. If I double-click, I can see that I have the 8 files that are included in the toolkit. And at this point, I now want to take the recently downloaded toolkit and drag it into my Gaphy file on my desktop. We always recommend that you have a Gaphy file, just an easy file to access for all of your fulfillment purposes. To load the Gaphy Photoshop swatch into Photoshop, what I first want to do is go to Window and make sure that Swatches is selected. Immediately on my right-hand toolbar, I should see Photoshop's default swatches, but I do want the Gaphy ones, so I'll click on the drop-down menu to the right and select Replace Swatches. From here, I'll navigate to my desktop, to my Gaphy folder, and to the Gaphy Image Software Toolkit, where I'll select Gaphy Color Swatches Photoshop V2 file and press Load. Now I want these to be larger thumbnails, so once again click on this drop-down menu and click Large Thumbnails. And then I'll move this window so that the thumbnails and the swatch conform to a square or a 10 by 10 shape. So at this point, like that. This way it reflects the physical printed version of the swatch that you may have received in the mail. If for some reason you think you may have uploaded the wrong swatch, you can simply just put this cursor over any of the squares and you should see a letter and number combination that corresponds to the one on the physical swatch. So black is A1, this yellow color is E3. If you have any additional questions that need to be answered, or if you just want additional information about using the swatch, you can refer to the Letter with Swatches.docx document that you can find in the Gaphy toolkit. To load Gaphy's Photoshop actions into Adobe Photoshop, I first need to go to Window and make sure that Actions is selected. On my right-hand toolbar, I'll see an action window pop up, and you may or may not see default actions folder. If you click on the arrow next to it, it will have a drop-down of all the default actions that comes with Photoshop. To load the Gaphy ones, what we need to do is go to this drop-down menu and go down to Load Actions. I'm going to navigate to the Gaphy folder on my desktop, to Gaphy Image Software Toolkit, and select Gaphy Client Actions Photoshop V1 and press Load. After I do that, in the Actions window, I will now see the Gaphy Client Actions folder with all the actions below it. To run an action, what I need to do is select the layer that I want the action to run on, click the action I want to run. For this one, it's going to be check for unwanted pixels, and then press the play button. The action I've just run is merely an example of how to run an action, and please refer to the actions document PDF that comes downloaded in the toolkit prior to running any actions on any of your actual artwork.